Mr. Prater, how did you meet Miss Smith?
I seen her walking down the sidewalk, and I actually ran behind her, and we exchanged numbers. We talked on the phone for a little bit, not too much in depth, but we talked for a little bit, and then maybe a couple days after that, we met up.
Did she tell you she was married?
No, ma'am. I had no clue.
So when did you find out about the baby?
I don't know a time verbatim, but the first time that I've seen Cookie in person was she was 2 years old.
Did you ever find out she was pregnant at all 2 years before?
You know what? I don't even remember verbatim. I don't.
So tell me about the first time you met Cookie.
I was in downtown. We met in a public place, and I saw her walking, and she was in a stroller, and she just looked up at me with a mischievous like one of those type things, and I was like, yo, you know me from somewhere? Like, that's when I felt like it might have been my daughter.
You did?
Yeah, there was something there, like she knew me already.
And so when you met her, did Miss Smith say to you, this is your child?
I ain't gonna lie, when I seen her, she looks just like my dad. She looks just like us, so, you know, I never really doubted it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I always thought that, yo, this is my child.
And so while all this is happening, at 2 years old, you find out, you accept it, you've got this little girl. Do you make plans to stay in her life and to be a part of her life and to take care of her?
Yes, ma'am, I did, but at the same time, I wasn't in a position to be a structure of a good parent or anything at all.
So you're saying that you did not start providing support for the child?
I mean, I would see her, and we would
So you would see her, and you would spend time with her?
Yes, ma'am, but
how many times did you see her and spend time with her? She's 4 now. After you met her when she was 2, did you see her more than one occasion?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And you'd always refer to yourself as daddy?
Yes, ma'am.
And all this time, Mr. Smith, you're also spending time with her?
Of course.
And having absolutely no idea this entire encounter occurred, still referring to yourself as daddy as well. Miss Smith, what kind of web you weaving?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you time to think on it. I'm gonna hear from your mother. Please stand. Ma'am, step over to the podium. State your name for the record, ma'am.
My name is Tony Brooks.
And you are Mr. Smith's mother?
I am, Your Honor.
Your son has already said that when he first, had issues in his marriage, he ended up moving out. They ended up getting back together. They had this beautiful baby. This baby, I'm sure if your son thinks it's his daughter, that's in your heart and mind your grandchild.
It is my grandchild. It is. I love her. She's been there. When they broke up, I've never thought they should have been together in the first place. I always feel like their relationship is just toxic. It doesn't work.
At what point do you even find out about Mr. Prater?
I kept asking him, what's wrong with you? What's it? He wouldn't tell me. And he finally was like, look, I got to show you something. And he pulls up the Instagram and just puts it out there. He was like, see, I guess you were right, Ma. And I didn't want it to be a point of me being right. That's not the point. The truth just needs to be out.
But with that said, the truth is that you obviously didn't know that from that 2-year point, Mr. Prater is still in contact and seeing Cookie as her father, and your son is still functioning like Cookie's father. And Miss Smith, even though you opened up and told Miss Brooks the truth, you still were allowing Mr. Prater to see her behind your husband's back.
Until till just now. I didn't even know any of that.
And Mr. Prater, you did not know about Mr. Smith.
Ma'am.
So, Miss Smith, why?
I just couldn't find the right time to say anything about it.
When you have issues like this, the right time is the soonest time available. Because that means the child would have clarity. Your child. And so as we stand here today, what are your hopes in this moment? I assume, Mr. Smith, you hope that you are her biological father?
Definitely, without a doubt. I can't really ask for anything more, honestly. I would love that.
And Mr. Prater, I assume since you are attached to her and believe you're her biological father, you also hope you are her biological father.
I do hope she's my daughter. Like, at the end of the day, I do want to apologize to bruh and say that I feel like at the same time, if I am the father, she's just gonna have 2, because he's been there for 2 years, 4 years, and you know, at the end of the day, I'd be wrong to come to snatch them. You know, so.
Ms. Smith, what do you hope for?
I'm just hoping that we could all work together for Christina, because at the end of the day, it's about her.
And I'm ready to get the results for her. Jerome, I'll take the envelope, please.
You go, Your Honor.
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows.